Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hi friends, I hope you'll be doing good, you'll be okay, you'll be doing great. In this video, I'm going to describe the whole structure of past continuous tense in detail. So let's get started. Past continuous tense. Past continuous tense is also called past progressive tense. Okay? Past continuous tense can be rightly called past progressive tense. It's used for those actions which were in progress or going on in the past. We use past continuous tense or past progressive tense in order to talk about those actions or activities which were going on, okay, which were going on in the past or which were in progress in the past and were not completed. Helping verbs was and were. We use two helping verbs or auxiliary verbs in case of past continuous tense, that are was and were. Okay, we use two helping verbs. Our two helping verbs, namely was and were, are used in past continuous tense. Use of was. It is used with I, he, she, it, and singular noun like Ali. So we use the helping verb or the auxiliary verb was with all third person pronouns like he, she, it, and singular noun. Use of were. Were is used with we, you, they, and compound subject. So we use the helping verb or the auxiliary verb were with we, you, they, and compound subject. What is a compound subject? Compound subject is that subject which is linked together or connected together by a coordinating conjunction, especially the conjunction and. Or you can define a compound subject as when two nouns are combined together or conjugated together with the help of a coordinating conjunction, especially the conjunction and, then that is called a compound subject like Ali and Aslam. So in Ali and Aslam, we have connected two nouns together with the help of a conjunction and. So then that is called a compound subject. Main verb. So what is the main verb that we use in past continuous tense? Base form or first form with ing or present participle form of verb. We always use base form with ing or the first form with ing. Okay, or more specifically, when we add ing to the base form or to the first form of verb, then that is called present participle form of verb. So we always use present participle form of verb in case of all continuous tenses. Okay, we have to use present participle form of verb, whether it is present continuous, past continuous, or future continuous, but we have to use present participle form of verb in all continuous tenses. We have to use the base form with ing. Okay. Structure of positive sentences. How to make a positive statement, or how to make a positive sentence or construct a positive sentence of present continuous tense. Okay. So we have the subject, then was or were, then the base form is ing, and then at the last we have to add the object. So we use the object in was or were. Was or were, it is actually decided or determined by the subject of the sentence. If the subject of the sentence is a third person pronoun like he, she, or singular noun, then we have to use was. In case we have we, you, they are compound subject, then we don't have to use was. We have to use were. Then we have some examples of positive sentences. The first sentence is I was teaching English. So in this sentence we have used was because we have the first person pronoun I. Okay, so we always use was at the helping verb was with the first person with I, and then we use the present participle form of verb at the base form with ing, and the last we have added an object. Then we have the second example, our second sentence, that is you were eating the meat. So we have used were because we always use were with the second person. In this case, you. You is considered and treated as the second person. So we always have to use were with the second person pronoun. Then we have the construction of negative sentences, or how to construct negative sentences of past continuous tense, or what is the way, or what is the structure of constructing or making or forming negative sentences of past continuous tense. So the structure is straightforward and clear to you. Subject plus was or verb plus not plus first form plus ing plus object. So just change one word or add one word. In this case, we have to add one word not in order to make it a negative sentence. And we have to use the same structure, but just change one word or the use or add the not, and it will be converted into negative sentences. So in negative sentences, we always use not. Okay, it is the convention of the English language. You can identify and clarify a negative sentence by looking at the structure. If it contains not, then it will be considered, or it will be called negative sentences. So it is the best way to which you can identify negative sentences. Then we have some negative sentences. The first sentence is they were not calling me. So we have added used the word not because it's a negative sentence. For a sentence to be negative, it must contain or it must include the word not. So we have added or we have used the same structure. We haven't changed anything, just add. We have just added one word not in order to negate or for negation. Then we have the second sentence. She was not taking her classes. She was not taking her classes. So in this case, uh, we have used was because we have third person pronoun. In this case, we have she, which is considered as third person pronoun. So that's why we have used was at the helping verb was. She was not taking her classes. So it's the best example of negative sentences. Okay. Then moving on to the interrogative sentences. What is the structure of how to formulate or how to form an interrogative sentence of past continuous tense. So you have to understand the basic structure or the basic formula or the basic formulation of past continuous tense. Okay. So what is the structure of interrogative sentences? For a sentence to be interrogative or to form an interrogative sentences, we have to use the helping verb or the auxiliary verb. In this case, was our verb. Okay. We have to bring it back to the beginning, bring it back to the starting position of the sentence because when we have an interrogative sentence, we must have to use or add that particular helping verb of the tense at the beginning of the sentence in order to make or in order to change an interrogative sentence. Okay, so we have was our verb, then we have the first form with ing, or you can also call it present participle form of verb. It doesn't matter. You can also call it. It can also be called base form with ing, present form with ing. It doesn't matter. You can call it. You can use other terminologies in order to talk about ing form. Then we have the object, and in the last we have to put a question mark or sign of interrogation or interrogative mark. Okay, so we have some examples of interrogative sentences. Let's talk about them. The first example is were Ali and Aslam reading newspapers? Were Ali and Aslam reading newspapers? So in this case, in this sentence, we have a compound subject, which is Ali and Aslam. It is a compound subject, okay? And that's why we have used the helping verb or the auxiliary verb were and not was, because we have a compound subject. So that is why we have to use the helping verb or the auxiliary verb were. So were Ali and Aslam reading newspapers, and at the end we have put a question mark because it's an interrogative sentence. That's why we have ended it with a question mark or sign of interrogation or interrogative mark. In the second example, a second sentence, that is, was he telling a story? Was he telling a story? So once again we have third person pronoun, which is he in this case. That is why we have used the helping verb was, and it's an interrogative sentence because we have added or used the helping verb at the beginning of the sentence. Then we have used the subject of the sentence, and then we have used or added the present participle form of verb in this case, which is telling, and after that we have added an object, and then we have added a question mark, or we have ended our sentence with a question mark because it's an interrogative sentence. Then we have the final sentence at last sentence of our lesson, that is, were you playing cricket? So we have to use were with the second person. So in this case we have the second person you. So we always have to use you were with the second person you. Okay. So it was all about past continuous tense. I want to sum up or to conclude. It is simple. We always use the helping verbs was and were in case of past continuous tense. Or was and were are the helping verbs that are used in past continuous tense or in past progressive tense. We always use present participle form of verb, or the base form with ing, or the first form with ing. We always use present participle form of verb in all continuous tenses. Okay, we use was with all third person pronouns like he, she, and similar noun. We use were with you, they, and compound subject. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Till then, take care.